Behind closed doors, something big is happening at Room to Room Tupelo.
For 3 days only, unlock hidden savings at our on-site secret warehouse sale. Furniture, rugs, accessories, everything must go. Don't wait. The secret warehouse sale ends Saturday at 6 p.m. at Room to Room.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning as always. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to go out the door this morning. It is Friday, so that is some good news. I do have some updates to your weekend forecast coming up here for you. So let me get you out the door first, tell you everything you need to know. Here's our big weather headlines of your Friday. Warm afternoons ahead. So it's going to be pretty warm this afternoon and going into our Saturday. However, the story does shift over the weekend. Storms are still likely as we head into Saturday evening and into the overnight hours. And with those brings a cold front and cooler conditions as we head into the back half of our weekend. So that's kind of everything you need to know as of right now. Let's talk about today first. Take a look at this satellite radar this morning. Clouds setting up just where we thought they would be for your morning. You can kind of see that cloud structure continuing to make its way across the Mississippi River and everything this morning. I'm making sure and double checking everything's right on our end this morning. As you can see here, clouds continuing to kind of shift over the Mississippi River in northwest Mississippi, dealing with a lot more clouds than northeast Mississippi. But overall, all of us warmer. You can see, though, those 60s setting up where there's more cloud cover. 64 in South Haven, 61 in Tate County, all the way down into the Delta. 64 in Greenwood, 67 in Greenville. A little bit cooler for those who are seeing clear skies. 50s still in Lee County, even middle 50s up in Alcorn County, 59 in Starkville. So a little bit warmer the further east that you go, but all of us starting off anywhere between 5 up to 10 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So not as cool as you're stepping out the door this morning. That's one of the big things that you will notice. Still beautiful conditions. Some clouds kind of streaming in, making for a really nice sunrise out there. Take a look at this. I'll step out of the way fully so you can get a good look at it. Lovely view over in Lafayette County, over in Oxford. They're starting to see that cloud cover again stream in over there. So beautiful conditions in the 60s, a little bit cooler and clear skies over in Oktibbeha County. This is over in Starkville on the campus of Mississippi State. So overall, no matter where you are, still a great start to your morning, even though we're starting off a little bit warmer than the past few. For your first 12 hours ahead, told you it's going to be a warmer day ahead. We're going to be in the middle 70s by 10, 80s for a majority of your afternoon. A lot of us topping off in those middle 80s with plentiful clouds in the forecast. So clouds do start to stream in, and we see a good mix of sun and clouds as we head throughout the back half of our day, eventually getting back into the 70s as we head into your 7 o'clock hour. But as you can see, there's no rain expected. Now we're watching the system that's going to be bringing us rain over the weekend today, but no rain in the forecast for your Friday. So that's some good news if you got any plans. Take a look at this though. Here's that extended cold front stretching over the plains into portions out west as well. Right now, the only repercussions we are getting from that is cloud cover. You can kind of see that building in through a good portion of the central United States. It's when this thing becomes into motion into our weekend when we'll start to see a few of those showers and storms. So let me take you a little bit more of a broader view over the next few minutes. This is going into your Friday afternoon. You can see the only thing we're dealing is with cloud cover. Let's go into your Saturday. Saturday morning, this starts to inch closer and closer into our area, but you can see there, it's not even 7 a.m. It's not even made it into Arkansas yet. Let's go into the afternoon. It finally pushes into the state of Arkansas, gets a little bit closer here to us, brings some strong to potentially severe storms to places like the Missouri Boot Heel into central Arkansas as we head into Saturday afternoon. So that's the area we're mainly going to be watching. Let's talk about when it impacts us, shall we? Let's go a little bit further in here as we head later on in the day. I'm thinking 7 through 9 is when we finally start to see these showers and storms cross over the Mississippi River and eventually get here in North Mississippi. So really looking like an evening and overnight event for us. That doesn't mean we couldn't see a few strong to severe storms. Talking about wind potential. We'll talk more about impacts in a minute. But again, it's looking mainly overnight. By the time you're waking up on your Sunday morning, this is at 6 a.m., I think this line is going to be well into portions of Alabama and well into southern Mississippi. So Sunday morning, churchgoers getting out early, looking good to go on your Sunday. Again, mainly an overnight event as of right now. And actually for the day on Sunday, we're going to be seeing clearing conditions. I think by noon, we're looking at some full sunshine and northerly wind back in the forecast. So this weekend, definitely a tale of two different stories. Coming up next, we're going to talk more in depth about that storm potential. I'll zoom in to North Mississippi. We'll go hour by hour throughout your next 48 hours, all the way through your Sunday morning as well. We'll talk again, latest impacts, the latest risk area put out by the Storm Prediction Center, and of course, a full look at your 7-day forecast as well. All of those details coming up right after.
Visualize perfection, freshly picked ingredients, tantalizing flavors, sweet and sour intertwine, and dance into your glass. One-of-a-kind arrangements, hitting every note. Why wait for the weekend? It's on at the grill.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious when he began to discover weather. Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Room to Room Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Maggie McAuley. Let's get you out the door this morning before we talk impacts over the weekend. Here's a live look over in Amory. Nice conditions still out there this morning. A little bit more cloud cover than we've seen over the past few mornings. Same story over in Blue Springs. Really nice sunrise ongoing, but you can see a few of those clouds within a portion of those MDOT traffic cameras, and temperatures in the upper 50s there, but some of us only in the 60s this morning. Airport delays if you're hopping on for a weekend flight. Looking at no moderate or major delays through all of our regional airports from Dallas, Fort Worth to Little Rock, Memphis International, and back over into Atlanta as well. Getting your kids out the door this morning, definitely not as cool out there. Most of us going to be starting off near 60 degrees. So definitely don't need that heavy coat out the door this morning and won't need it by your pickup times. In the middle 80s out there to upper 80s, depending on where you are. I would not be surprised if the Delta yet again reaches near 90 today, but a good portion of the area in the 80s, upper 80s for some, like Eupora, Starkville, Columbus, Louisville as well. Middle 80s the further south or further north that you go, 86 in Lee County, 86 up in New Albany. So another warm evening out there, warm for the start of those high school games. Your high school game of the week presented by KC Lot. Those pre-game temperatures going to be in the 80s out there. So still warm as you're kind of getting out for those high school games, but cooling off by halftime in the 70s and then eventually into those upper 60s by the time you're headed out of those games. Now let's talk your hour by hour forecast. I'm not tracking anything out there for Friday. Yes, you'll see a few greens out there. I think it's overdoing it. I'm not looking at any rain chances, and I do not have any rain chances out here for your Friday. So good to go out there all the way through your evening hours, the start of those game times. Just a good mix of sun and clouds throughout your evening, and then clear skies to partly cloudy skies as we head overnight. Let's go into your Saturday. Friday, looking good to go. You're good to go for those Friday night football games. The main impact for your Friday is just going to be that it's a little warm out there this afternoon, okay? Going into your Saturday, completely different story. Starting off the day, cloud cover does start to build into our area, so a lot more clouds as you're headed out and about for your Saturday. But as you can see there, that was at 7. This is at noon. Yes, it has a few maybe light showers, but for the most part, I think we're really looking to stay very, very dry for majority of your Saturday. So I would not be canceling any of those plans, especially if they're before noon. Watch this. It's until we head into the afternoon. Yes, maybe a stray shower or two trying to push out ahead of that front, but I think the majority of moisture is still sitting across the Mississippi River as we head into those sunset times. So as the sun starts to set, I think we're all still sitting mainly dry. I don't think it has to take 7 o'clock and on for all of that activity to finally cross over the Mississippi and then into the Delta. So look at this. This is at 7 o'clock. Watching that line of showers and storms, I think it pushes finally across as we head 7 into your 10 o'clock hour. Here's the good news with that. The later this system is, the less it has to work with. So it's always good news when we see it cross over a little bit later and come into our area. Again, by 10 o'clock, I think northwest Mississippi into the Delta is covered with showers and storms. Not saying these can't be heavy at times, but they have a lot less of juice, fuel to work with when we get later on in the evening after sunset. Let's go overnight though, because a few of these, I mean, they're still going to be on the stronger side of things and could wake you up. Look at this at 1 a.m. northeast Mississippi covered in these strong showers and storms. So again, an overnight event, and then this front finally decides to sweep through as we head early on your Sunday, and then a lot of us starting to dry out as we head 7 o'clock and on. You can see the back half of that, northwest Mississippi at 7 a.m. already seeing clearing conditions. So once this wraps up, it's really headed out of here, and cloud cover does go with it. So mainly looking at that time frame being around 8 p.m. overnight, done by maybe 5-6 a.m. on your Sunday morning. As for the severe weather threat, still expecting a few of these storms that could be on the stronger to maybe severe side. Let's talk about where exactly the best chances are. It's still out to our west. The better fuel, the better instability, whatever word you want to put there, is still sitting out to our west, especially in places like southern Arkansas, into northern Louisiana, also into the Missouri Boot Hills, some of that extended out. So we're not the main area for this. However, we still are clipped with that level 2. The Storm Prediction Center has been putting us in and out and in and out. It's been like tug of war over the past few days. I've been checking this and just had to see, oh, we're in, oh, we're out. I know you guys have seen the same thing too. Today, some of us are in that level 2 risk, mainly from places like Grenada, Lee County, up into places like Alcorn County, and those sitting west of that. Why do they keep putting us in and out of it? It really is because the timing does shift. And as it gets later or earlier, we have the potential to see storms or we don't. Let's talk about the main threats that we are seeing. Again, those out west seeing a little bit better chance than others. I think the main 2 things we're going to be dealing with later in the evening on Saturday into the overnight hours is, number 1, the winds. As this pushes through, it could have some damaging wind potential, potentially up to 60 miles an hour. So as you're headed to bed on your Saturday, just make sure to take the ferns down, put the pillows, outdoor pillows in your house, okay, if you want to keep them around for Sunday or you don't want to pick them up in the yard. So number 1 is going to be the wind potential. I also think heavy rainfall is going to be likely as well. As this pushes through, lots of rain associated with it. The overall tornado threat and hail threat, very, very low. But again, we're keeping our eye on this because we are seeing the potential of some damaging winds. How much rain could we see? Now, we know that we need rain here in North Mississippi. I think we could see a widespread over 1/2 inch for everybody. If you get more under one of those really heavy pockets overnight, I think you could get up to 1 inch of rainfall. And again, we welcome the rainfall. We need it here in North Mississippi. As for your weekend ahead, upper 80s on your Saturday, rain chances mainly for the evening and overnight hours, like we just timed out. Then Sunday, we only get to the low 70s, y'all. And I think some of us near 70. It's definitely going to be a very different day, a breezy day with winds out of the west-northwest gusting up to 15 miles an hour, even 20 miles an hour at times. So a stormy Saturday evening for your weekend, but a much cooler and better back half of the weekend. And cooler conditions actually look to stick around. Here's your temperature outlook going into next week. Finally, we're not in the red, as you can see there. Now, we're not in the blue either, so we're not below average, but we're actually around where we should be for this time of year. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. 80s over your next few days. Good to go for your Friday. Make sure to keep the Mississippi Live Weather app handy out there for Saturday. And as you're going to bed on your Saturday night, just make sure you have your alerts on, and make sure you have your emergency alerts on your phone. Make sure you have your emergency alerts on the Mississippi Live Weather app. If you want to know how to do that, just send us an email, info@msliveweather.com. I'll answer it. I'll let you know how you do it. If you do not know how, or if you think they are turned off, just in case things do get out of hand on your Saturday. Again, if a severe storm pops up in your area, you'll know right there on the app and get that notification. Sunday in the 70s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the 70s as well. So we finally look to see those 70s stick around. And look at that. Overnight lows. I want to talk about this before I let you go too. Monday morning, you are going to need the coat as you're headed out the door. Your kids are going to need the coat as they're headed out the door. We're looking at lows on Monday in the middle 40s. Yeah, it's going to be chilly out there as you're headed out to start off your work week. So definitely cooler conditions in the forecast after this weekend. One thing to remember is that Matt is in Australia and he has his latest update for us. So here is our chief meteorologist, Matt Lopon.
Well, hello there, Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon coming to you from Cairns, Australia, from the freshwater station on the Kuranda Scenic Railway. The train, you can see right there, coming down the tracks toward us, arriving here in a minute. It's going to be taking us up into the rainforest so that we can find out, of course, more about the amazing biodiversity going up there. We're doing a number of other crazy and amazing things there as well. It's actually open air windows on the train, and as you can see, there's a lot of folks here along the platform that are going to be hopping on with us here fairly soon. You know, this part of Queensland, which is essentially the state of Canada that we are in here, major exporters, you can see, of sugarcane. That's what that green is you see behind me here. They're about a week or two away from starting to do some harvesting of that. And believe it or not, they just have banana stands sitting along the side of the road here. Tell me that doesn't sound completely Australian. Again, appreciate the good folks at MLM for sponsoring us here on Mississippi Live Weather and allowing us to bring you these Wonders of Australia tour. But as the train comes into the station here and we get ready to hop on that, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon here for Mississippi Live Weather in Cairns, Australia, about to head up into the rainforest on a train. Talk about a combination there. Anyway, we'll show you a little bit up there coming up here a little later.
Love that. Nothing says Australian than Matt about to going up a rainforest at a train station eating a batch of bananas. He's definitely living the life out there. Very, very cool. Love to see Matt's updates. As always, I will be back here in around 10 to 15 minutes at 7 a.m. to walk you through, again, that severe weather potential out there for your weekend and let you know everything you need to know to get you out the door this morning. So make sure to tune in. I'll be back in the next 10 minutes.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11 to nothing in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.